is one of the main ideas when we say we want to create the capacity to develop the automaticity and to understand and to recognize the frameworks, right? So we have what we call a performance, a second language and a second culture performance. And we say you have 5 features. If you know those 5 features, you can participate. If you know when it is the events are taking place, where the events are taking place, who's involved in the events, what is expected to be said or done or acted or worn or gestured. That's the script. And then what's the audience? Is there an audience? Because if you have an audience of one, if you're in front of one kind of audience, you're going to behave one way. If you're in front of another kind of audience, you behave another way. Right? So, for example, in the United States, if a priest is walking down the street and he says, "I pronounce you man and wife," it's literally not meaningless. But if he's in front of an audience in the church at the time of a wedding and says, "I pronounce you man and wife," it's very important because it's a legal thing. Now it's legal. It can affect your whole life. So it's that idea of, so performance is sort of the key idea, right? I wanted to look at this.
你好，我的亲戚。你好，老师好。你叫什么名字？我叫Lady 亲戚。谢谢。OK。有种。老师好。你叫什么？我叫Elizabeth。亲戚。谢谢。你是Steve啊？对啊，你好。你叫什么名字？我叫菲菲亲戚。谢谢。
Okay, these are 2 little girls, and this is their second week of learning Chinese. Okay, so and they learned, that was the first dialogue they learned. Now, I got permission from their parents to use this dialogue and to show this and to do it. There's something they went through this dialogue a series of time, right? What happened in the course of the dialogue, in the course of this performance? What happened?
They changed their names supposedly from the dialogue to their own.
All right, so good. The first time through, she just uses the dialogue from Chen Lao's Flash animation. She uses the name Wang Feifei, right? And Lao Shi and Wang Feifei. That's okay. She just does it straight. Next time, they put her name into it. And then what's the other development here?
We started performing stand up and sit on, like that's the.
So in standing up, so they did it together, sitting down, right? Then they decided they have to stand up to do it. And that means what they were doing was what? Huh?
Acting out the real situation.
Yeah, the word "real" kind of bothers me, but acting, they were what? They were taking the dialogue and constructing the context and the performance around it. Right? And they're saying, okay, if you're going to have to be, if somebody's going to say "qing zuo," we're going to have to be standing up in order to zuo. That's what. It's like I always thought, now this just happened. This is the clothes are the same. They did this all within, I would say, within 10 minutes. All of that, within 10 minutes. But it goes exactly. You got a performance and you have a dialogue, and the dialogue progresses from just what you might call a rote repetition to an actual kind of enactment of the whole thing. Right? So what is the performance specifically?
to act out the dialogue within certain context.
Right. It's a way of doing dialogue or presentation or making a little talk or whatever you're doing as a performance. It's the way to do that within a context, right? 5 elements of context we talk about. Time, place, roles, script, audience. Okay. It has those elements to it. So, the performance. Okay. So we're saying, here's what our strong claim is, right? Here is what's radical about what we do. We say we can take whatever you need to do in that second culture, and we can put it into some kind of a performance. Whether it is making a departure, expressing gratitude, or discussing a controversial element, or critiquing a movie. All of those can be a performance. In some cases, the scripts are really tiny. In some cases, the scripts can be huge. Right? So if I'm going to talk about, if I'm going to talk about a novel, that means that's a long, huge script. If I'm just going to express my interest in what somebody's doing, that's a very short script.